Belle, new anime film from Japan, directed by Mamoru Hosoda, author of Wolf Children and Mirai, amongst other things. This new film is an interesting mix of a coming-of-age story, a tale about finding closure and rediscovering yourself after a tragedy and a huge trauma, and a sci-fi rendition of The Beauty and the Beast. So Suzu is a shy and quiet high school student. She doesn't engage much with other people around her, except for her best friend. She has a rather cold relationship with her father, and as we quickly learn, her mom died years ago, drowned while saving the life of another child. One day Suzu discovers a massively popular game online, a virtual reality world where everyone gets an avatar created automatically based on their biometrics and characteristic stuff, although it does usually look different than the person in real life. It kind of pulls to the surface their deeper characteristics. And in this game called Suzu becomes Belle, this pink-haired, beautiful girl who instantly gains worldwide popularity thanks to her singing voice. And so she tries to balance her school life with her online stardom until one day she meets the mysterious dragon or beast, depending on the translation, a rogue player who catches her attention. So I think the biggest strength of the film is how it doesn't go exactly the way you would expect it to. What I mean is that you would think it's just going to be Suzu rediscovering herself through Belle and the conflict between her real self and online persona. But it isn't, really. The story goes far beyond that, touching on subjects like teenage love, child abuse, and support systems in the shape of friends. And at the same time, yes, the core of the story remains Suzu's journey as a person, as a character. I have to say I loved all the interactions she has with the people at school and how wholesome and warm they all turn out to be in the end. I also like the depiction of the first teenage love that some of those characters experience, and the scene between three of them at the train station is just pure comedy gold. I also enjoyed how the animation style changes between the real world and the online simulation. The real world is traditional hand-drawn animation with a beautifully rustic feel to it, whereas the online world looks very digital, modern, but also sometimes out of focus a little bit. And as much as I prefer the former style, I think that the way it switches back and forth keeps the movie fresh throughout its runtime. I like the songs used, even though I'm not a fan of that particular genre of modern sounding pop. I thought they fit the story being told, and I also thought that the ending was quite cathartic. I enjoyed it much more than the actual climax of the film, which comes before the ending, and I thought that the climax sequence was just so-so. All in all, I thought Belle was a solid movie that sets up a story and then manages to avoid the most obvious path for it, instead doing something new and interesting with existing story blocks and exploring the topic of self-healing. Good stuff.